Yeah, so we're live? Okay, cool. So for those who's watching, welcome to our insightful podcast series where we delve into the world of building controls and artificial intelligence applications and how it contributes climate changes and challenges. So some of you guys might know that the journey for applying those systems in the building controls has already started. Therefore, today we want to overview how data is used for commercial building controls. Today we will touch the topics with Donatas based on real examples of data usage in the buildings and how it delivers value and real energy savings for commercial building owners. Also commercial benefits to the clients, facility owners, developers or financial institutions which all seek higher sustainability for the assets. Actually, it's a huge topic, but we will try to break it in slices. So for today, we will have at least a half an hour starting from first topic, we choose evolution of building controls.
Yeah.
And today with me is a well-known person, Donatas Karčiauskas is the CEO of Exergio company. Artificial intelligence and sustainability is interesting topics nowadays. So the idea is to scale up those discussions into the webinar and speed up into the next level. So we'll come up with some following questions, Donatas, and hopefully we will try to fit in time.
Okay.
And also, who is watching, please add the questions if you have, down below in the comments section. So Nerijus will told me. Okay. So, Donatas, for the beginning, let's please tell me in a few words about the Exergio company and how it's, involved into AI and energy efficiency.
Okay, thanks. It should be a short introduction.
Yeah.
Basically, Exergio is like company combined from HVAC engineers and IT engineers.
Yeah.
We started 12 years ago, and our one and only work is to check kilowatt hours in the buildings and reduce them in terms of increasing building energy efficiency. And we started from consultancy works, doing audits, retrofits. Later on, we were doing a lot of retrofits themselves to see if it's actually working. But somewhere from 2017-18, we saw that lowest hanging apples in terms of reduce the consumption is building controls. And we started to implement and deliver energy performance contracts, so-called APC contracts. And we saw that there's a huge potential, a lot of data. Later on, we just developed our own software, which helps us to reach better results in that. So basically what we're doing, we are just empowering the data from the building to make buildings more efficient and save energy, make sustainability, and as you say, fight with the climate change.
Okay, yeah, trendy. So I do believe everyone has the target to avoid energy waste, right? And increase efficiency, and now it's becoming a trend. So, but I do believe there's no question why, yeah? I think the question is how to do it.
I hope that there is no question. Maybe we can have a separate webinar about that, because why is very, very important, but I see that the market is going to that direction. Even though the question how. So basically from what we're doing for many years, we have separated, building owners have few options for the sustainability increasement. First option is to make investments into the building, hardware investments. You just it might be a lighting retrofit, whole unit retrofit, heat pumps and whatsoever. It means you are just capex investment, you pay the money, you get the result. But there is another option at the moment. It's going more and more popular. It's to go and to look into the performance of the building from terms of controls. You can reach actually very good results, up to 20% in savings. If you just deep dive into the controls, every detail matters, and you can improve algorithms of building performance as such, and get the quite good results from there.
Okay, cool. So, but then for me is coming the question, let's say how to understand for a regular building owner, what kind of intelligent level is in his building, yeah? So, and what options he has to optimize energy consumption?
Yeah, that's the good question. From that point, we're having a lot of discussions on that, and this is our main target, to make a breakdown in the level of controls. I can share the schematics we are using for discussions. I hope I'm sharing the screen right now. Yeah, the screen is here. So basically, this is wrong slide. So this is the levels we are just indicated in the market, and we can discuss on that. Definitely, we can start from the lowest level. It's still here in the market in Lithuania and all Europe. It's
basically in all buildings, yeah.
If we talk about commercial buildings, we still can find level 1 building controls, which means all equipment and system devices having like standalone controls. I'm talking about the HVAC units, ventilation units, air conditioning units, sensors, meters. They're standalone. The problem with this level of control, it's a very low level, the first one. And if you want to know what's happening in the building, you have to go, and I usually say you have to push the button. So you have to... You are having wastes of like technical people, you're having waste of money. And what is very important, because you do not know what's happening, there is a huge risk that you are wasting energy too. It's not sustainable, it's costs and so on. So basically, yeah, the first level is like device level, we're calling it. It's a huge risk of energy waste at that level.
Okay, so from what I understand about the waste, I'll take simple, quick example, which can occur in the buildings, I do believe. So let's say heating station valve is stuck, yeah? And the outside temperature is +10, and the heating station supplies 55 degrees, and we are overheating, the building. So do you face these kind of problems? It's on regular daily basis?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And it's much more. I mean, you mentioned very simple, and like there are so many.
Yeah, it's basic one, I guess.
Yeah, it's the basic one, but it shows that you are not knowing what's happening, and you are just wasting that type being. That's why the second level of the building controls appeared. It's like 10 or 15 years ago. I can share again with this level. We call it a BMS level or second level.
Yeah.
So what happens here? I mean, with the example you mentioned, when we have a remote connection of the systems, we can catch up some kind of malfunctionings and wastes. And what is important that from that we are saving manpower to do that. But this level has the specific, it's only used for remote control. Even though if we look into history, we can check some science researches, you can find out that this level helps to increase energy efficiency by 10 or 15 percentage from its like baseline. But there is a very important thing that even if you have a BMS system, you might have the situations then energy is not going down, you're not saving anything. It depends on the engineer who's working with that system. It might be 0, it might be minus, it might be plus 15.
Yeah, because so does it mean if I have the BMS installed in the building, I mean, consumption is already optimized, or should we do extra mile for getting better results?
Definitely. I mean, if we just go into see the reality, this BMS is a tool, and it might be two types of the BMS users. I would call the first type like reactive users. You have a BMS system and you get a complaint, it's too cold, there is no enough air. And these reactive users, they just use a BMS for remote control. For them, easy and not to go to the roof, not to go to the basement to check the equipment and change something. They are comfortable doing changes, and that's it. This is called, I do call them reactive users.
Okay.
And there's another type of BMS users. I call them proactive because they work. Usually have more competence. What is also important, they have time to sit down on the BMS, scroll it down, check what's happening in the system, and what happens. They are putting algorithms in their heads.
Yeah.
And checks what's happening in the performance of the building.
Yeah.
I don't know. Another example, it might be, I mean, proactive engineers checking what's happening with the cooling demand in the fan coils. At the same time, he wants to go and to check what's happening with the HU units.
Yeah.
And he might see that if the cooling demand and if we are wasting cool for cooling microclimate in the room areas, at the same time we have a HU unit who might be using heat recovery or heating due to the incorrect settings for the system, because it's cross-fitting systems, fan coils and the HU units, and you might have huge waste. This is an example of huge waste, heating, cooling at the same time.
Yeah, so also that means, I guess, that when you're having the BMS system, let's say we have two same BMS system in the building, and we have two engineers, but that doesn't mean, mostly it's important how the engineer, is providing and searching, for possibilities to save the energy,
Exactly.
Okay,
that's the case. Then, again, I'm going back to the issue that it's only a tool, and you have to work on the daily basis for that. And anyways, comparing level 1 and level 2, you can reach out some savings, but it's for engineers. It's sometimes it's boring, or it's you have to scroll down all the time the same, because you cannot reach the results without a daily operation.
Okay.
And it might happen that sometimes you are in doing the same work for the.
It's getting like routine.
It's getting for like a routine, and you just forget of doing it.
Okay, so let's say for how long the engineer must stay focused doing the same deeply analysis for daily basis, or is it enough? To solve all the problems at once and skip the building and go to the next one, or he should do it continuously day by day?
Definitely, everyone who is involved, like in building operation, in building maintenance, agrees that it's a daily operation. Why? Because commercial buildings are usually big ones, like shopping malls, office buildings.
Lots of data,
it's lots of data. It's lots of people inside, and a lot of dynamic processes are inside. Additional to that, there are so many dynamic processes going outside. Look, tomorrow we had cold weather in the morning in Lithuania, and now it's 20 degrees. So we had two seasons in changing in one day. So we have to understand that it's like continuous. It's not one time off performance of I'm doing everything right and then going to the next one, as you say. But and we're having. Remember, we said we're having a lot of APC contracts. Imagine engineers scrolling down 100 of BMSs every day. So that's really tough for them to do that, to stay focused. And this is mainly the reason we went out by developing a software where we put all these algorithms, which were in our engineers' heads, a lot of ifs, also, and so on, and we put it into the software solution for the purpose to avoid this boring, routine work of analysis, because we wanted to go to the action.
Okay, but sorry for interruption. We have the solution, as you told. So let's say, imagine you're doing the same operation, because the engineers still need to do something, with the solution. It's not enough to have just the solution. You need to make the action also, So let's say every day you will find it's not possible to find every day, new insights, let's say malfunctioning operation. So how those guys, facing these challenges?
That's impossible to face it. I mean, that's what I'm thinking of, and all the market went to that. Not only us, and we're talking about the market. You have to automate the process.
Okay.
Because if you keep going like that, there is no answer to avoid it boring. You have to automate this. Engineers have to go into action level, not into like analysis level. And we see in the market that slowly, it's not like sharp line, but in last 3 years, all the market started to develop, and we see this a lot of softwares which automate the process of analysis. And if I'm going back to, I don't know if you see my screen. if it's we're going to the level 3.
Yeah.
Conventional BMS, and we're going into level 3, and the level 3 is an indication of automated performance analysis in a quite a deep way, making cross checks, making benchmarking between buildings, and you can hear in the market different names of that. Advisory, embedded analytics, someone are calling AI-based platforms, but they are doing the same thing. They are just performing 24/7 self-check of the building performance, applying much more complicated algorithms to find out either malfunctionings, either insights for improvement. The same with the engineers, the proactive engineers we're doing. So that's the way. I mean, it's not possible to say to engineer, please keep doing it every day. The good engineer will just stop doing it.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay, so I'll tease you up a little bit, because BMS systems already have analytical tools. I heard a lot of things about that. So how to distinguish the level 2 and 3 you showed in the presentation?
Again, it's not like a sharp line. Because systems are evolving step by step. But I do also saw a lot of BMSs, and it said it's like analytic is embedded, or there's an analytic in the BMS system. Analytic is result from analytic is like data-driven information. Usually, what BMS gives us only the data for analysis, and they call it
totally agree.
Analytic. I mean, we did it for many times. BMS can give us graphs and tables. What usually engineers do, they just export this data into Excel, and then play with Excel, just aggregating this data to get the information. Actually, the same, how we started, jumping a little bit back, we were performing these energy performance contracts. It was the same. We were continuously either were scrolling BMS windows, but one day we said, let's take we took one building, office building, for the big developer, and we just exported millions of lines of data. We made calculations very roughly on an Excel, putting a lot of ifs. Even though if we were just continually doing the browsing, and our proactive engineers found a lot of energy saving possibilities for years, by doing that, aggregating all the data, we found out a lot of additional things we just missed. Because it was much more algorithms for discussion and for more data, not just for viewing the BMS for a time being. So that's the case. And it works out for us to save time, and it works out for everyone to get more energy savings. Okay,
so let's say we're in the level 3, which means less time for analysis needed, reduced cost for engineers, more energy saving can be achieved because you're doing continuously proactive actions instead of your reactive BMS usage only for setting change. So let's say I've already achieved all those levels, and does it enough, or I'm already sustainable, or what's next?
It's again, if we're going in levels, and we already discussed that device level is not so good. We are missing something. Level 2 conventional BMS systems, they are doing mainly remote control functionality with a lack of analysis to help engineers to save time and to see more in the buildings. So at the same time, the flat level, even if it generates a list of insights, malfunctionings, it might be algorithm failures in the BMS itself. It might be simple mechanical errors, like CO2 sensor, which is responsible for controlling the whole unit intensity. It's malfunctioning. It's not calibrated, and it's giving too much of the speed for whole unit is not needed. Waste. So in any case, with the third level, we are having already the list where we can go do actions, but someone has to make an action.
Yeah, exactly.
And from the perspective of building owners, it's if we compare to that a capex investment in hardware, it's so easy. You just pay money, and you can get the results with better equipment. And we're working out how for the building owners to force someone to make the actions, even though you have tools and everything. And again, I'm mentioning the EPC as a model. And this EPC model suits perfectly for that occasion to force someone, or just to have like a commercial agreement to make actions, because APC is based on like you get the money from what you are saving.
Okay.
You have the KPIs is for energy saving, and this APC performer, by his contract, he is now like forced or encouraged to make these actions. So that's why again I'm turning on this level. We separate it as a separate level. It's like energy performance.
So it's now not level 3, level 4, I guess.
Level 4, because it's not enough. We don't want to have this good BMS system. We don't want to have this good advisory or embedded analytics system to make a good work. But you have to finish with some action. If you are not, if you're having like a free cooling situation, who units can be cooled. If it's outside cold, we can use a free cooling through AHU units. Should we switch off chillers and pumps?
Loads of small details.
Yeah, lots of small details. But if we have that there is a problem here, we are just wasting of money for circulation pumps and just chiller going up and down, which is not effective. Someone has just either to adjust it in the BMS, make an action. Either someone has to make a discussions with the BMS company, guys, maybe you can just add a little bit of algorithm because building was built 5 years ago. No one was interested in that. Guys, please add this algorithm. We don't want to have an operation of the circulation pumps during a free cooling period. So that's loads of details. But what I want to say, 4th level is guarantee for actions because someone is encouraged to do that.
Yeah, so it's fair enough for the building owner, And okay, so we discussed, up to level 4, and let's say I'm the building owner. So what can I expect?
What building do you have?
I don't know, office building up to 25,000 square meters.
Okay.
And what can I expect, from having, those 4 levels in my building?
That's we are doing, and market is doing it. As I mentioned, from 2017. People are just going from the conventional BMS systems by improving in levels.
Yeah.
And that process seems to be valid. I mean, for us and for everyone in the market. And what is very nice, the investment is not so big, but the results are coming up to 20% of energy saving.
So it's average 20%?
It's average. I mean, for office buildings, for shopping malls, you can reach even higher.
But I mean, it's huge numbers. Let's say I'm a retail chain owner.
So for example, for a retail chain owner, let's say you have 200 shops.
Yeah.
So at least 10% or 12%, it's like, and we have the case. It's
euros.
It's for a half of the year, it's €1,000,000, just like that.
Yeah.
With jumping into the small details, and it cannot be just pushed away and ignored this kind of way. So you're asking about the effort. So it's like it's a service. If you already invested thousands, 10,000, 20,000 into BMS system, and you're putting all the data into the shelf, additional paying for this service, which is usually combined with the result you reach, you're just getting beneficial sometimes in millions. And for you as a building owner, the 20% of saving, if I come, I say it's like I guarantee you this kind of values. Everyone is taking that.
Okay.
What is also worth to mention, it's not only the savings as such. With the system, you're getting better reactions, some comfort situations, and on top of that, it's here to it's like comfort and energy saving you can expect from that. And we have reference lists again. We can discuss maybe in the next features, maybe asking some of real building owners, not you, to discuss with them because it's worth to go jump into case studies, analyzing, because there is no single formula for the building how we are saving. There are so much details, and you can catch different situations in.
So I do believe every single building has its own story, and you never know what you can find out.
Exactly.
Okay.
The process is more important to use the data instead of knowing. Yeah, we have a lot of ticks and trips for that, but yeah, it's a different story every time.
Okay, so we have analyzed technical process of the building controls at the moment, but how do you see the commercial part? Like, how is the market going in, let's say, the globe or the Europe? Because you're scaling up at the moment, so how it's going there?
It goes good. What we started because we Lithuanian company started here in Baltics with our services. Very successful. We increased our services in 5 times.
Nice.
So what there are 2 things what we indicated. The first thing is that we even made some surveys asking colleagues, BMS users, maintenance companies, how you guys are using the data. And we got so many and very interesting results that some of BMS systems are even just locked down. No one knows the password.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and even if you look into some researches, the scientific researches, we for the last 10 years, everyone investment into IoT market, digital data from buildings. The same BMS is controllers. We're having so many digital data, but the outcome is that we use only 10%. And again, if it's reactive BMS user, it might be even less. If it's proactive, you can go to 50%, but not for a long time. They would be bored. So the market situation, data is not used. It's poorly used at the moment. And if you see from the commercial part is describing like the growth of the market. And I do have some.
Yeah, maybe you have some numbers because you mentioned that we grow 5 times in Lithuania market. Yeah.
Yeah, I have if you see the screen, it's not that screen. I can try to show you the picture, but picture is not appearing. I can say 2 numbers in words without the picture. So, IoT market and. Everyone is hearing about IoT. I mean,
it's now super trendy.
It's super trendy. The growth of that market, the yearly growth is about 27%.
Okay, huge.
So what it means that for the last years, again, we are just loading buildings with dozens of the data. And
it's increasing all the time.
It's increasing all the time.
So you're chasing, the data and how to catch it and use it for better results.
Exactly. It's like catching up because.
But never possible to catch it because it's all the time increasing and it's a pretty hard job. At the moment.
That's why the third level embedded analytics advisory platforms, by chasing these enormous data numbers, because this system is like the differences. IoT ring market is gathering data.
Okay.
Third level advisory platforms are mastering this data. I mean, they analyzing it and making that useful information.
Yeah.
So it's more than 50%, and it's statistics that these kind of platforms and services are increasing in Europe at least in 50%. Everyone is like catching up the market, and they started to use the data.
Okay, so seems these improved levels of controls are working, and we have beneficial outcome from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you totally
if you
agree
love money and sustainability,
of course, I guess everyone. So, but how about the artificial intelligence as itself?
It's level 5. And
so we have above that level 5. Nice.
So above that we have level 5. So I would just give few comments. The first one is Because you mentioned very correctly in the intro, it's like a journey of AI for this application, and this is what we want to talk more. I mean, where we are, what are the struggles to go to there, because definitely it will give us more and more useful and beneficial things, money, sustainability, and so on. And I want to stop there a little bit because if we talk about the fifth level,
it's a wide topic. Yeah,
it's a wide topic, and what we're trying now to just communicate and have a discussion that it's on the road. We're already making some applications for that, but first of all, we just have to empower the market for going to the level 4 and to at least catch these 20%. By applying it, we are just started this road with applying AI, but there are just several things. One thing is like technical issues, is that buildings which were implemented in this like huge pace of BMS installation and IoT, not all of them are having an open data. This is very important topic because you have to, it's a must if you're building a new building. Open data must be like most important specification, because now we're getting some projects where it's like closed data still. Even though if it's open for like getting information, it has to be open for writing down, overriding by AI the parameters. It's also the case. It's building by building, so it's technical issue. The second is like our organizational issue, and we thought to apply some AIs, but buildings again are dynamic, clients inside are different, situations are different, and for the time being the AI cannot be used in a such wide way as we are using analysis.
The human resources and analysis.
And analysis. They like specific AI algorithms for a time being. But it will change, it's changing every day, but this is where we are. And organizational, I mean, you have to agree sometimes. You cannot push AI solutions. Sometimes you just have to talk with the building owners, with the maintenance, because if some magic happens, sometimes
and the tenants,
and if some magic happens, someone wants to be discussed about this, and you have to agree a specific like patterns of applying.
So it's not like you're putting black box and sending the invoices for the owner.
Yeah, exactly. But it's coming. It's very beneficial to use it because we see it by applying a very small and specific situations. It will give a huge impact for the all market, definitely. But we have to go deeper and deeper discussing, even though there is a separate webinar, what is an AI? What's the level of AI is already can be called an AI. So we will get to that. It's a very interesting topic also. Therefore, for the time being, we just being happy that it's trendy. Being happy that Greta Thunberg said what she said. What are you doing, or what you are not doing anything?
I can't remember exactly. She was angry.
She was angry, and it's happy that we have, especially in Europe, like building developers, building owners, who are moving and listening to Greta Thunberg, and we are happy that the government. In the level of Europe, in the national governments,
also making steps.
Making steps. We know this, taxonomy regulations, which are frankly saying that they are also saying you have to have level 3 at least. That's you can read between the lines. It's not like technically described, but it's definitely talking about you have to have level 3. And there is also saying you definitely have to have APC contract, because remember, someone
must to take action. Yeah.
Commercial agreement between the owner, and it's not enough to say for a maintenance company or for a guy, I will try to make this building better, and I will try to save. You have to have KPIs, exact numbers, and you have to follow up with the declaration of actions you made for the customer. And it's coming in. Banks, ESG requirements. It's a huge traction to move into that direction. And I'm going back to that question: is should we? Because we were focused too much on the capex investments, and we were missing small details. And we have a very good coach of basketball in Lithuania who says that devil sleeps in the details. Money sleeps in the details, sustainability sleeps in the details, and we should apply and discuss about these levels where we are and when we can use improvements and receive results.
Okay, yeah. So pretty nice explained information. I guess we are out of time.
Do we have time? Or
I don't know. Maybe we have questions. Oh, we got one comment. Vytautas Suronis is saying what Greta Thunberg was saying. So how dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah.
Okay,
what was the yeah?
How dare you?
Was the words?
Okay.
Okay. So I guess we're already out of time. Thanks for today's session. It was a pleasure to have you here. And who missed? We will upload our recorded demo to website. And you can be sure you can check it again.
Yeah, check it again. And I think we do believe it's a topic. A lot of things are still in the process to discuss and to see sometimes in case studies, a higher discussion of what is AI actually is. So we'll definitely get back and have a more detailed discussion.
Yeah, so more is about to come. Yeah, thank you, Donatas. Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Thank you, Lucas.
Yeah, bye.